Morning, join me in session here at my local club water. Welcome back to Carp TV. It's quite a cold morning at the moment. Part lake up the other end's actually started to freeze. We've got a bit of ice down that end as well. This bit I'm in at the moment is actually still sort of staying frost free. So I've actually tied a bag up at the moment. I've got one rod out on the spot, tied up a little PVA bag, been around a small yard looking at snags. Didn't really see any carp around in it, and the water's really clear at the moment. So to tie this bag up now, this is a new prototype bag, which will be out soon. First impressions, it's really strong. So I'm quite impressed with that rig. So I'm quite fussy with my bags. That looks really good. It's quite a nice size as well. The nice size, small size that I like to use. There'll be another range on the market as well, which I think is about a medium sort of size. So if you want to put a slightly bigger bed of bait out around the bag, or maybe use a bait boat to drop it off, or maybe overseas sort of trips and stuff like that. So I'd load this bag up now, a little bit of pellet, shake it down, so you can see. Turn it round, flip my rig over. As you can pick that up there, see the nice little separation there with the hook and the bait. Push that right down there. Give it a good tap down. Give it a twist. Really bang these bags down. PVA tape around there like that. Round a few, 5-6 times. Over our knots. Cut your excess off there. So give that there a bit of a trim up. It looks nice and neat. Get your corners. And give them a good little stretch. Pull them over. Hold for a couple of seconds. The other side. Pull them over like that. That's a nice little combat bag. Perfect on a cold day session. Hopefully produce a bite or two. What I've done as well is obviously on this venue I can actually use lead core, so I've got some leaders pre-tied, got my stems there, and I've actually on the line here I've actually got a loop on it, so I can actually loop these on, so it saves the hassle of actually cutting your line off every time. So I go through there like that, rest the bag back on there. Do yourself a fairly big loop, don't make it too difficult for yourself. Open your hand up, go through, put it all down nice and tight, and that is all good to go. So I'll wrap this up now on my spot and get it back out there. Well, I've just wrapped that rod up to my snag spot on the far margin. As you see, that's all ready to go. Going to make a hole in the bag. Always make the hole near the hook bait, so that's where you want all the air to come out. Fair size hole. And then I'm going to inject a bit of my goo into here. Try to squirt the goo as well down towards the bottom of the bag, because that's where you want the weight. It's only a little bit, don't have to go mad with it, just a little bit of added attraction on these cold winter days. Hopefully put a carp down to the spot. As you can see, I'm just going to wet my line, wet the rings. Obviously saves any frap ups or anything like that. Wind up to there. Obviously I'm going to kneel down as well, because there's a bit of an overhang over there, which obviously I don't want to catch. And all you want to do is come back. It's going to be a little gentle lob because it's only about 10.5 wraps over there. It's not a massive cast. Come back. And just flick it over there. Unclip. Very carefully now not to actually move that PVA bag. So I'm going to sink the line under the weight of the tip, wait for the line to drop through the layers, then just open the barrel on, so it all drops off nice. Being careful all the time, because the last thing you want to do is move that lead. See, sink the line, carefully pay a little bit off. Right, tighten it up. Right, clip that rod back into there, nice and tight. As we're snag fishing, so I like to use really tight backrests. Put the bobbin on, and I like to really screw these drags down so literally nothing comes off at all. I don't let them fish take any line whatsoever. Also fishing 0.40 line, so don't use a really sort of heavy line if you're snag fishing. So I've got, most of the time you're going to get a drop back because they can't actually go anywhere. But if the fish come up underneath the snags, a thicker line on. Also, a bit of lead core as well, obviously can prevent you from getting cut off. So turn it on. Got to be Delkins on maximum sensitivity as well. So anything at all touches that bag, it's an instant indication. Right, morning, join me here, the depths of winter. It's freezing cold at the moment. There's actually lid on the lake at the moment, so I'm going to go through my sort of 5 essential things that I use during the winter. Some of you might have seen this, some are not. This is actually called a parabolic heater. It's minimal size. You attach a screw gas bottle on the bottom, turn it on. Obviously don't use this with your door down. The most important thing is don't put this with your door down. I actually stand this on my bucket, switch it on, it chucks out a nice bit of heat. If you wake up in the morning, you're a little bit cold, or you're sitting at night, you can put it on there. It doesn't make any noise whatsoever. While you're sitting there scanning the water for any shows or a possible move, you're sitting there not cold, you're comfortable. You tend to set this up a little bit longer. Another thing I like to use is layers. Layers is the most important thing. Obviously being in the depths of winter, you don't really want to wear big baggy coats where you're all constricted. You walk around the lake with all your layers on, you get to the swim, you're sweating out, you get damp. So I always bring a couple of extra thin layers. They don't weigh a lot. Obviously if you get a bit cold, you can put them on. That's a thermal top. Got the thermal trousers as well, obviously keep your legs warm. Another thing I like to go through is obviously I am follically challenged, as they say, a bit bald. Not too much rug on there. So I've actually got a nice hat. So if you're in your bag, you put a hat on. If you're walking about, obviously that's light as well. You can keep that. You actually leave it in your sleeping bag, keeps your head nice and warm. You actually lose most of your body heat out your head. So it's most important thing to keep your head warm. Obviously, other thing I've got as well is that hot water bottle. As simple as that. Weighs nothing. I actually leave this in my bag all year round. I don't actually take that out. So I fold my sleeping bag up in my bed chair, obviously boil your kettle up, open it up, obviously put your water in there, but always do a check before you put it in. Make sure this is done up nice and tight. Obviously give it a little shake like that, make sure there's no water coming out. Last thing you do is chuck it in your bag, you know, potentially scald your feet or make your bag wet. So do this about five minutes before I actually get in my bag, boil it up, stick it in the bottom of your bag, and if your bag's warm, then the actual bag, you know, it will keep you warm. So the idea is to warm your bag up. So I chuck it in there, down there like that. Another thing you've got as well is obviously a decent thermal cover. This is the Fox one. I've only got a 3-season bag on there, which I use for most of my fishing. But as now it's sort of getting to minus figures, I've got a nice Fox waterproof thermal cover. So if you're laying there, you know, feeling a bit cold, you can pull it up around your neck, keep yourself nice and warm. A few hours have passed, been chucking my bags around in the swim I was in. I've reeled in there, come for a walk down sort of like the other end of the lake. I haven't seen any carp or any sort of fish activity today. So I thought I'd calm down. I've got my deeper with me, go have a little chuck around, see what water temperature's like, see if anything shows up on here. So I'm going to cast it out now and hopefully try and find something. If anything happens, maybe a move on the cards. Well, I've just cast the deeper out into the sort of deeper part of the water. Paul's actually with me as well, she's helping out. It's warm. Actually got 6-7 degrees water temperature down here, so it's actually a lot warmer water temp than the swim I've just come from. The swim I'm actually fishing at the moment was 3 degrees. So it's a lot warmer down here. A little bit deeper as well, getting like 8-9 foots. Nice clean bottom as well, so good to present a bait on. Drop down to 6 now. Pretty uniform bottom. Looking about 10 foot, 9.5 to 10 foot.
Good depth, isn't it?
Yeah.
No fish showing there, mate.
No, nothing showing at the moment. Temperature's dropped down to 5, 10 foot there. But, getting a bit deeper now. Right, so as I'm sort of retracting the deeper back, I've come from sort of 10 foot, where I was getting sort of like 7-8 degrees water temp. And as you see, it's just coming up a little bit of a shelf type bar here. But as you see, the temperature of the lake is actually 5 degrees. It's really cold. So I don't think the carp sort of this time of year, unless the sun was out, of course, they'd be visiting the sort of shallow areas. So I think they might be sort of in a deeper sort of water. There's no weed present at the moment either, so as you can see, it's really flat along here, not picking any weed beds up or anything like that. Actually dropped down to 4 degrees now, so it's really cold. Coming up the shelf now.
It's actually colder in the margins, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot colder.
To say it's really unusual not to see anything cropping up on the screen, like fish-wise. This is usually a holding area for the carp, because it's generally a little bit deeper down here. And the thing is, if we were seeing them and they were off the bottom, we could even think about zigs.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, definite.
But
definite day for the
you're not
zigs.
even seeing anything, which is a bit disconcerting really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really.
They've got to be somewhere, mate.
Obviously just come down here, obviously chucking me deep around, try and find some fish or you know, potential move, because the swim on at the moment looks very dormant of any fish activity. I was in a swim previously like a few weeks ago, I ended up having like over 10 fish out, so I know that is a really good winter swim. Come down, it's confirmed it for me now though, that like I don't really need to move. I've had a chuck around with a deeper, can't actually, nothing has shown up at all, so they're definitely not down this end. I thought obviously the swim I was in at the moment, obviously I'm going to go back to it now, cast my bags back out. I'm going to drop one down into my near side margin into deep water, so I'm actually covering both sides of the lake. So fingers crossed tonight, hopefully get a bite. I'd like to talk to you about a new product that's coming out in about 2 or 3 months time. These are what they call little handy pot shots. Today with me I've got me the cinnamon and maple, and I've got the southern tooty. As these all human grade products come in these little handy little shots like this. I'll even demonstrate. Put a little bit in my hand. They actually taste exactly how the names on the label. They taste really, really nice. I've got with me at the moment some old pop-ups that I found in my shed. That completely lost smell. Absolutely smelling nothing at the moment, and usually I would just chuck these in the dustbin. Like people on a budget, young people into fishing, you know, if they've got old pop-ups sitting around, there's a perfect way to regenerate these pop-ups and bring them back to life. So these, I'm going to put about half the bottle in. Obviously this is a full pot of pop-ups at the moment. So I'm going to stick half a bottle in and hopefully regenerate it back. Get the lid off like that. All coming nice, child friendly, lockable lids as well, so they're not going to spill over in your bag or contaminate any of your other products or anything else you've got carrying with you. Take the lid off now. Give it a good squirt in there. Put a lid on. Give it a good shake about. Get the liquid all going around. You want to leave these for a good sort of couple of hours. Obviously they're old pop-ups, they're probably really dry, really buoyant. Give them a good coating around. God, if you could smell that now, that smells, that is absolutely lovely. Right, I've got these old tub of yellow pop-ups. Obviously the buoyancy is absolutely still perfect. They're pucker pop-ups, but don't smell of anything at all. So I've got this one here called cinnamon maple, and if you could smell this, this smells absolutely lovely. Now get the bottle now. Obviously give it a little shake up first. Take the lid off. All child friendly lids as well. Give it a good squirt in there. Give it a good coating. About half the bottle as well. Lid back on. Get all shaking around. Nice liberal coating. God, if you could smell that, that is absolutely lovely. Well, as you can see, I've got 2 pots here, which I've obviously put a liberal coating on both. Obviously you can't overdo this flavouring, so you can put on as much as you like and you won't overpower the boilies. So after, say, a couple of weeks you've had them in and you think, oh, they're looking a little bit dry, or you want to boost them before a session. Like today I'm fishing a really cold winter's day, so a single high powered attract hook bait is the way that I want to actually, you know, try and hook a carp or get a carp to come down as we spot. Also the next couple of months coming to zigging, stuff like that. If you're do a lot of zig fishing, you can do it foam, you can do plastics, you know, it's endless what stuff you can put this liquid on. It's also PVA friendly as well. So you're not going to actually, it's not going to tarnish or perish any PVA. If you're getting a bit of PVA or a bag or something like that, it's safe to use as well. You can cast that and know that your PVA is not going to melt for it obviously goes to the lake bed. Right, obviously daylight hours are slipping away now. Just going to bring my rods in for the afternoon. Refreshing them up, put some new bags on. I've had a couple of birds diving on my bags earlier, so I don't know whether they're still sitting as good as when I first cast them out. I just get a lot of hours of darkness on the colder months, so I'm going to bring these in. That's all still sitting good. Check the hook point. Yeah, it's still nice and sharp, razor sharp. Bring this in. Right, I've just wrapped my bag back up to my spot. I'm going to pierce a hole. Nice hole in there. Give me a go. Small little injection back in the bag. All ready to go. wet my line a bit. Line myself back up my spot for the night. Little gentle lob. Back out in the area. And hopefully get a fish or two. Be extra careful here. I'm not the bow long. Don't want to move that bag. Also as well, by aiming up the bow line, you don't then put loads of line twist in the line. If you like your spoles back and your handles nice and level like we all do. Sink that down. Make sure it's all nicely sunk. A little bit of slack. Clip the rod back in there. Nice and tight. Take out the stretcher line, so I want the lines nice and tight across to my spot. Obviously snag fishing, put the bobbin on. Screw the clutch down. The hooking back on. Little test. Yep, it's good to go. Right, everything's back out for the night. Obviously, so daylight hours are sort of slipping away a bit now. It's a really cold day. I had a walk around earlier today. Nothing to report at the moment. Obviously got another night, so if anything happens tonight, I'll try and get some footage. If not, I'll see you on the next one. Tight lines. Got a nice one, boys. Bye.